BCU in blockchain in Web3. It's what our community has dubbed us. I'm proud of that moniker for sure. We started back in 2022 for the home team, Black, Brown, and Allied folks to learn and grow in emerging technology. And that's been the mission ever since. So we've been diving in some of my favorites, the blockchain side, specifically in blockchain, the NFTs, digital collectibles, the art side where art and music and all that in crypto and in blockchain lives. That's my favorite for sure. But also the fungible tokens, so just all the currency side, the trading side, the DeFi, decentralized finance, and all that good stuff as well too. Starting with number 1 crypto coin, Bitcoin, number 2 Ethereum, all the way on down those 33 plus million coins and growing exponentially every day. It's a good time. Also, the other emerging technology that we dabble in heavily is on the AI side. AI has been having another crazy moment with the agentic side, or the agents or the bots that are able to follow multiple commands, build different things, learn and grow on their own, surf the web, search out documentation, build apps, code, all kind of stuff. It's really a whole vibe. And we've been learning and growing together as a community, and it's been a really good time. It's been pretty fruitful. I'm just Unc, you know? Let's go. What's going on, family? Back in the building for another one. Yes, another special one. Undivided Attention is about to be underway. Season 2 has been rocking, going crazy. We've got episode 16 here today. This is a spoiler alert already. We got the stream together thing going. We got her in the title and all that good stuff. So we're going to do our solid introduction like we always do and get it rolling. You know, I'm OhnahjiB. I'm founder behind Ohnahji and Ohnahji University. You know, back in 2022, our mission has been to help educate Black, Brown, and Allied folks in emerging tech. We've been rocking our Undivided Attention, our second longest segment since 2022, just, you know, interviewing and sitting down with extraordinary individuals in our network. We got Callie in the building, and that is another extraordinary individual. And I'm excited for this conversation as well today too. So we're going to dive in. We're going to dive into her journey. We're going to dive into her as a content creator and going crazy in this live stream era as well too, you know. So it's been a good time connecting and networking with her through the live stream era, and it's been solid. So everybody, episode 16 guest Callie Stockton in the building. What's going on, family? How we doing? Yes, welcome.
How's it going today?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely appreciate you so much for coming through and sitting down with us. Yes, we got Callie Stockton in the building, streamer and COO of the Creatorverse. We will get into it ASAP. Vamor in the building. It's good to see you. Better Call Saul, my guy in the building. W first. Yes, Willie in the building. What's going on, family? Yes, it's good to see you. How you been? What's the word? Yes. So Callie, I think we got everything set up. That's solid.
Perfect.
Let's go. Yeah, we're looking good. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm
Welcome.
feeling
I
good.
know this is an earlier stream. You know, you usually hit the later ones, but I appreciate you for coming through and agreeing to that time for sure.
Absolutely.
So also, huge congratulations. You know, yesterday I caught that stream, and you know, you were celebrating 11 months in this live stream journey. 11 months is crazy. I'm on this journey too. It's day 213 for us. So tell us a little bit about how those last 11 months have been, how that has kind of changed your trajectory. I know dabbling with a bunch of other content creators and that have kind of, you know, completed that 365 day trend or their first year in. How has that been feeling so far at that 11-month mark?
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Last night I was on stream and I just looked back at the date and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're 30 days away from our 1-year Twitch anniversary. So it's been a really fun year. I really tried to start off. So when I did start streaming on Twitch, I went 100 days in a row. I had never had Twitch. Like I literally downloaded it the same day I did my first live stream last April. I had never had Twitch before. I didn't know what any streamers were other than like Blackboy Max and Dante from Song Wars. And so I really jumped into it knowing nothing. And I decided to challenge myself to go 100 days to practice being consistent and just to try something new with my life. I was in a very like bleh, you know, boring state where I'm like, what am I going to do? You know, I need to do something fun that I'm passionate about. And so I did that 100 days in a row, took a little break, started learning how to like code my bots and personalize the experience a little bit more, have been inconsistent for a few months. And then I decided to go another 100 days leading up until my 1 year. So we've gone 70 days in a row. We got 29 more today, and it'll be 1 year. And if anybody out there is interested in streaming, I suggest it, you know, and I definitely, a big part of the journey has been being inspired by other streamers too, which I didn't know about when I started. So it's been awesome to discover your channel as well as, you know, other people's channels as well. And there's a lot of variety here, which is cool.
Most definitely. Yeah, the variety goes crazy. It's a
Yes.
whole, ecosystem of streamers. And for me, before I tapped into streaming, I've been on this 213 day, but this is a second streak for us. I broke the first one at 47 days trying to go, and I was like, no, this isn't the end. Let's keep it going. And there's a whole bunch of communities out here. I didn't know anything about the Twitch
Yes.
side. I knew live streaming was a thing. I knew what was going on, but I just wasn't tapped in. I knew maybe like the top streamers like a Kai and a Speed. I've heard
Gotcha.
them, but yeah, that's really cool. So shout out to you, doing that first 100 days and then bringing back that kind of turning that back around. How has that second 100 days
Whew.
compared to that first 100 days? Talk about that.
Definitely was super ignorant and carefree the first 100 days. I had no
Mm,
expectations. And even like over my first 100 days, I maybe became friends with like two other streamers. I didn't know how to discover them and get my algorithm, right and everything like that. So that was like super chill. The only thing that was hard then was like, I learned some things like you need an Ethernet cable if you want to stream. Like that shit is
yeah,
so important. Excuse my language.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Um, but Ethernet's important. Discord's important. It was, a lot of
Yeah,
things that I learned that were important, but I am really hard on myself sometimes. And when it comes to something I can control. And so, having to try to revamp, for this last 100 days, I wanted to go really hard. And it's important for me to come to terms with not everything's going to be perfect. And I am
yes.
trying my best. But this technology stuff, you never know. So I'm a little bit more high strung and high maintenance now than I was before. I kind of missed that, like, okay, I'm just going to, hop on and talk to my friends. And now it's like, all right, this is a production, like, let's
Yeah.
take this seriously. So it's been a big mental shift, but it's been really comforting to have people from day one and day two, like, literally still coming back,
Heck
and
yeah.
that's really comforting to me to know it's okay. Like, you started in different circumstances, be grateful for now and enjoy the ride,
1,000%. I think, in my early days of streaming, that was one of the things I talked about the most. Like just the way that this tech is set up to where you can build this community, you can have this chat, you can have, you can see and have the data around and reward those folks that are coming back day to day and just, building that story, building that lore right along with you. Um, it's amazing. It really is, for me, I got a couple of deans at the U, some of my right hands. And this live streaming thing, it like you said, it's a production now. And once you get to that
Yep.
point, it's like you need multiple people. Like this is a collaborative thing at that point, which is really cool. So yeah, chat saying W Cali. Think I want to do 100 day now. Do it, Z.
Yes,
Get
W
into it.
Dean's in the chat. W Dean's in the chat. Let's
Facts.
go. Squad up.
Yes. My God, Shahrukh in the building. What's good, y'all? Forgot we got Callie in the building today. Exactly. Yes. We got
Hello,
Callie, we got shared
everyone.
chats. So shout out to Callie's chat as well, too. It's good to see y'all, the fam, at the Creatorverse. Now, one of the things that you touched on, I know you're a creator, super through and through. Of course, you're CEO of the Creatorverse. How could you not be? And I was that same way. And I think I've said live streaming is the perfect opportunity for people who have that perfectionist mindset or are a creator or artist that goes through that perfectionist travel. I don't want to put my stuff out, it's not ready for me. I don't want to put my stuff out, it's not where
Right.
I need it to be. And this is perfect because you press live and you're live. There's no things
Yeah.
happen, glitches happen, the tech is the tech, internet will go out,
Mhm.
and it will never be perfect, which I think is a
Right.
cool experiment for streamers. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that journey. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. I've been telling my community a lot recently. My stream is more real than reality TV. Like they get to see
Hey.
everything. I've cried on my stream, I've laughed, I've, had to leave for extreme emergencies with my like people like going to the hospital. Like this is
Yeah.
real, and I think that I really love this platform because we can be authentic. Now, of course, there's people who play a character on their stream or
Mm,
maybe are like are contractually like obligated to do or say certain things on stream. But right
right.
now, while I have this freedom, which I hope to always maintain, as much as I can, it's definitely like It's definitely really awesome to have that, to be able to really like connect with my community and also be myself, because I'm new at this too.
Mhm.
I'm scared. I have a lot of artists that submit music on in my community, and they're scared to share their music too. So we're
Right.
really all in the same boat for different reasons, but this is as real as it gets, in my opinion. Like this is not a TikTok, this is not a paid partnership, this is just me, just like it's
Mhm.
just you.
1000%, 1000%. I love that. I love, I've uh come to your channel at kind of like at the tail end right now where it's at, which is awesome. And just to seeing the evolution of, you know, Draw said, "Now we ain't scared." I love it. I
Drazy.
love
No,
it.
Drazy's not scared.
That's fire. Just seeing like when we were talking about it earlier, I love the way that set your channel with like the different overlays and the templates and the widgets and stuff like that. You're one of the few channels that I've seen that when the emojis and stuff and the stickers pop up all over the screen. It's like those elements, give that cool production feel and really set your channel apart. And I noticed that right away. I was like, okay, she's not playing any games around her channel. It's pretty cool and structured. Speaking of the structure, I love the content pieces that you have. You were talking about the music reviews and letting and sharing other people's music. How has that transition for your kind of segment style? I know you've done some, like, you do the get readies with me, you do the music reviews, jamming with the chat, and you also do like joint workspaces and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
tell me a little bit, like, has that been like a new journey, or have you always been, in the early days when we just go live and yap? Like, let us know
that's a
how that's.
That's a good question. So
Yeah.
basically, music feedback is my main thing. Artists from all over the world, no matter what genre they send in, no matter what language it's in, they're able to submit music. Subs do have priority in the queue over non-subs, and they have extra plays and perks like that. But it's typically just music feedback. Well, it was just music feedback. After my first 100 days, I decided to take a break and discover more streams that inspired me to do more things. So now I have get ready with me segments where I'll do my hair and makeup on stream. That's more of a just chatting, mental health talk. Like it's supposed to be like you're watching a TikTok, right? Or we're on FaceTime.
Cool.
Very fun. And that brings out my girly side too, because I feel like don't really get to bring that out because we have such a male dominated audience here on Twitch, especially when it comes to music feedback. So that definitely helps me balance, and hang out with the girls and the gays and everything. And honestly, anybody
Yeah.
can hang out and chat during that time. And then I also implemented co-working. And when I first heard about co-working, I was like, this stream is so stupid. Like, what, like, why would I want to like watch people work? And why am I putting my to-do list on a screen for other people? Like, this is kind of like, why? And then I started tuning into them and being on co-working streams when I was at the studio and working on, between like after my first 100 days, I was very inconsistent with streaming, especially because I was coding and building the bots and everything, like vibe coding and building bots and everything like that.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
that was a big time for me to start tuning into co-working streams. And it helped me with my focus so much. My ADHD is like not good. It's never been medicated or anything like that. So I've always like struggled with staying focused and on track and motivated sometimes. And so I wanted to start implementing coworkers for people in my community that are locking in studio sessions, or they need to write X amount of songs before they get in the studio, or maybe they have like work from home stuff that they want to do and they don't want to be lonely while working from home. So let's do it all together. I have a camera upstairs so they can watch me vacuum my living room and do my dishes or sit here at the desk with me, and so that's been a really fun element. And at the end of the day, music is gonna ride all of them because that's how I built my community. And I've definitely learned recently that it's important for me to really focus and nurture that community aside from taking on all these other things, because that's
For
doing
sure.
content. That's like the content for my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so right now I'm trying to find a balance of how I can show all my different aspects of personality, but also keep music the number one thing, which is, it's my favorite stream, but
Yeah.
also, just want to really cultivate a community that is touched by like all different topics that I have going on.
Love that. No, you're killing it. You're killing it. And it's more of that production element. You're talking Got the extra camera. This is for the
Oh
like
my goodness.
that's fire.
Hey, we got to get these bills paid.
Yeah, hey, talk about it. Talk about it. You know, you mentioned the TikTok era and other, platforms. How has that, because I've been seeing you, trying to hone in on that and really focus and transition into the clipping side, that whole
Whew.
meta, that whole trend. Like talk about that journey, because that's a journey.
It is a journey, and you're really great with your clips too. I would
I
actually love to
am.
ask you.
I'm
Yeah, I would love to
trying.
ask you what your strategy is because I am currently 51 streams behind on clipping. And they expire after like 60 days. And so it's getting a little bit overwhelming and stressful. I did have not been utilizing clip markers. Um, I do really enjoy going back to watch my streams to clip because I can see what I did and didn't do during streams and what I improve on, or maybe how I talk to people, things like that I can grow, and how to communicate with people. And I'm just being honest, like things I can
Yeah.
work on, my posture and, also like not getting overwhelmed with technology, things like that.
Mm.
I really like seeing those. And I actually have, I'm trying to build out an AI system right now that does all my
Uh,
clipping for me hands free during the stream or after my VODs have been posted and uploading those to, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Because I don't know what you think about this. You've been on Twitch longer than me, but what do you think about, what do you think about Twitch clips? Do people even look at Twitch clips? Is it more important for me to spend time getting them on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok? I don't know anything, honestly.
Mm, you know, and hey, shout out to my guru. I've been tapped in heavily with my guy Jaden Violet. I mod over there for him. I think my
Yeah.
strategy really has been to I should okay, so I feel like I do a pretty good job of like clipping up and trying to remember the content pieces for other channels. Like when I'm modding, I'm right there in there. When I'm streaming, like I forget a lot of times, like, oh, that might have been a good clip and go in and clip it. It's like that doesn't happen. Like you're saying, I have to go back and
Right.
rewatch them, especially on my own channel to get those content pieces. But the thing that I do when I'm watching other channels is I'm on the desktop and all I do is just clip them. Like whenever something happens, I hit that clip button and send it to a new tab. And then after the
Mhm.
stream is done, over time I'll have like it's a problem. There's like 20 plus or 10 plus
Oh
different
my
clips.
goodness.
And I go in and finish those up. And it's been a cool little strategy. It's kind of, it's a lot of work. So I don't really do a whole lot of like clipping in stream for myself
Gotcha.
or other channels. It's more like on the back end. You mentioned the AI side as well too, and a lot of us have been working on that strategy. I know Jaden's been working on that strategy. I have been.
Yes.
My guy Better Call Saul has been. Right now, I kind of have a method though of taking the transcripts from the streams and manipulating that with chatbots and LLMs. So we'll get into that. We'll get
Yep.
into that when
Yep.
we talk about too for sure.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah. So, and there's been a couple of streams when like I've showed the process. I've showed the, how I prompt, some of these engines and stuff, which is not the best, most efficient way. I'm, long-winded for sure, even with the chatbots. So, a lot of times I'll say like, rate my prompt and it'll be like, this is a 2 or this is a 5, maybe a 7. Like, yeah, it's just too long. You're confused. It's like confusing. So I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay, I'm getting
goodness.
better. Yeah. So yeah.
I feel that.
So with your AI journey, tell me a little bit about that process. Like, what have you been? Are you? Well, I know a lot of people are going away from GPT specifically. It's been having its own, issues, but Claude's
Yeah.
picking
What's
up
been going
steam.
on with
Yeah.
ChatGPT? What's the
Well,
news?
uh, they were on the stance. Okay, so Gemini, sorry, not Gemini, Anthropic, the parent company behind Claude, their CEO came out and was like, we're here for privacy, we're here for the people. Basically government approached them and was like, we want to use this for, surveillance, war, weaponizing,
Oh,
those
yes.
types of
Yes. Yes.
things.
Yes.
And they were like, nah, we're not here for that. GPT's CEO from OpenAI also was like, yeah, we're on board with that. We'll support them.
Mm.
Then did a 180 and signed a deal with the government. So then everybody kind of just had like this mass little exodus, like, nah, we're off
Whoa.
GPT, we're off OpenAI. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
at
I
the end of
didn't
the
know
day, capitalism.
that.
Yeah. So a lot of people are looking for alternatives, but Claude is a strong one. And this whole lobster situation, the Claude bots, the open Claude, that whole thing, Claude code. Yeah. So they have a big government influence. Yeah.
I've been utilizing Claude. I would say Claude is my personal favorite. I like the
Mhm.
way that it communicates with me compared to ChatGPT. And we can all get lengthy messages, right, from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever. But I like the way that Claude communicates with me, and Claude has really been able to assist me with building my own bots out. So basically, what I did after my first 100, so during my first 100 days on Twitch, I was using Nightbot, and it was nice. It was pretty user friendly. But I wanted more. I wanted more personalization. I wanted more customization. I was seeing a lot of stuff in other streams that I just wanted to add. And so it was like, okay, pay for this online, but then it only may give you a little bit of this if you use this bot and this and that. And I wanted the whole thing. I wanted as much as I could get. And so I decided to copy codes from other bots and have Claude help me build and customize my own with my own emotes, and my links and everything like that. And so Claude was definitely really helpful. But because I don't know anything about coding at all, I can only do this vibe coding with Claude. I've had to get second opinions, like from my business partner who also uses AI a lot and codes. I've had to bring him in to help me because sometimes I can't see it. It could be a comma somewhere, or it could be I'm typing something in like node before, bot.js, little things like that. A second eye, a second opinion is so important. And I don't know anyone. I mean, even my business partner is not like a professional at coding. We're all learning this, but he's been doing it a little bit longer than me. It's hard, but there's resources, to make things possible now. And that resource is Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini,
Huge facts, huge facts. And there's a ton of other, LLMs, other chatbots out there that are going crazy. I do have a couple gurus in the building as well too. My guy Shahrukin, he actually is a,
Hey,
a pro dev. And yeah,
nice.
he's been giving us a lot of insight into, how the developers have been utilizing AI and coding with that. And yeah, everybody's just figuring these tools out together. My guy IC3 is in the building, big Dean energy. So that's a summary, some nuance missing, but yeah, at the end of the day, we do have to remember that a lot of these chatbots are you know businesses. For the most part, a lot of them are businesses. They're
Yeah.
trying to make money. I don't even know if you guys have seen any of the new ads in the free GPT. I saw that and I was just like, that's an interesting time that we're in.
Free
But
GPT. What?
yeah, yeah. You pay for GPT, Callie?
I don't.
Never mind. No, I'm kidding.
I have some financial assistance when it comes to
Yeah, yeah.
that.
My guy, IC3 said both are still trying to work with the government. They both want that military business. Sheesh. Scary
Mm.
thought. Scary thought.
Yeah,
Um,
what do you like? If you feel comfortable talking about this on stream, I would love to
yeah.
know how you feel about the surveillance aspect.
Um, I'll probably like my guy I see through. He said we've already given too much data, information, access to multiple companies and governments and entities and stuff. I think I don't know. It's only going to get trickier. Did you see the news recently and chat as well too? Did you see the news recently around Pokemon Go?
I haven't. Mm-mm.
And basically come to find out, I would have to go and, fact check this, but it makes sense to me. Basically, it was saying that we were all kind of just mapping out this nice little surveillance, really, for some AI engines and different things like that. So it wasn't us just going around collecting
Wow.
Pikachus and different Charizards and stuff. We
Wow. And that was
were,
years ago. That was when I was in like high school. Everyone was playing Pokego or middle school.
yeah, yeah. So
Wow. So I mean, they're ahead. They're so far ahead of maybe what we really know, or they're super clear about, of course.
Yeah, and one of the things that we talk about at OhnahjiU is like we gotta do more of like reading the fine print. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't. Um,
Yep.
we just hop into some of these apps and different things like that. A lot of times, it's not laid out and easy and clear to even access those things. But yeah, we agreed to the terms and conditions. There you go, right?
Ooh.
So I'm sure that
Mm.
that's in there. Told
Contracts
us
are
what they were
important.
doing. Yep, facts, huge facts. AR is so much more data than just GPS. Yeah, yeah. Welcome in.
Oof.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Callie's chat. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you coming
Hey,
through.
what's up, guys? Welcome
Amen.
in. Welcome in.
Absolutely. So tell me, I think the my main focus right now with utilizing some of these AI tools, it has been on the coding side as well too, trying to create my own software pieces, trying to
Mhm.
wrap my head around that. I'm not a technical dev by any stretch. I'm more on the creator side. A couple undivided attentions ago, my homie Ritzy, she nicknamed me baby dev from a workshop that we did a long time ago. So I dabble here and there, but this like prompt coding, AI coding situation that we're in is really kind of massive. I think, the potential use for non-tech folks out there is going to explode, and
Right.
just wrapping our heads around what we can build, what we can do with these bots is like exponentially grown. Like we were just chatting with it, trying to make sure that it's understanding us. It's now we're using it to code
Mhm.
our own apps and software. It's like, so what different types of things are you trying to, you know, code out there and build?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So, right now, well, I've been utilizing Emergent,
Okay.
which is like site builder, essentially dashboard builder. So I've been utilizing that. Um, I am so when it comes to my stream, I'm definitely trying to automate everything: the clipping
Yeah.
system, the stream notifications, Discord moderation, chat moderation, and info, everything like that. On the more creative side, though, definitely that clip system. Even if I have to say clip and have that transcript go through my stream, and whenever I said clip, for it to clip like 5 seconds before and 5 seconds after or whatever, just trying to get that process going too. But definitely with getting that out and running multiple clips accounts, because that's how streamers really get big, by having people in their community and themselves run clip accounts for them to get a lot of eyes on their channel. So definitely trying to utilize that. But when it comes to my business, Creatorverse, we're definitely trying to have a self-automated system as best as possible, for not only people that come and rent out our spaces, but for people that also are in our database. We have a database of creatives that do projects for our clients, whether that's website design, video editing, photography, cover art, you name it, brand, whatever, marketing. We're definitely trying to streamline an automated process for them to be able to see out, projects with our clients and getting our clients onboarded and everything like that. So that way we can just focus on what we need to in Zoom calls and be as productive and personable as possible, and leave all that
Mm,
task work and admin and organization outside to, just automations and everything. So yeah.
smart.
And also
That's
building
smart.
operating systems. I haven't really talked about that yet because I'm still in the process of that. But I've definitely worked in customer service a lot and have a lot of, family and friends with businesses that could use updated operating systems and
Mm,
self-automated operating systems. So I'm really trying to educate myself about that, especially for the businesses I've worked for out here. So I can just be like, hey, let's upgrade. You guys don't need to
heck yeah.
go hanging advertisements on doors anymore. It's
Right.
2026. Like, let's, and a lot of CEOs and executives of companies right now, either mom and pop shops, even if they're, $10 million mom and pop shops, it's time to start utilizing, what exists and what is the future, instead of, putting more labor on our employees and paying for mail to get sent out that no one's opening.
Yeah.
Let's be
Right.
real. Little things like that. A lot of those executives are older though, and they're more traditional. They're my dad's age. They're 65, 60, 65 years old. They feel
Yeah.
comfortable. You know, they've hit their, I'm not saying my dad has at all, but people have around my dad's age hit their millionaire status at this age. So they're chill. You know, they only go to lunch with their, you know, business partners and that's it. But it can be more than that, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to bring that to the table too with some things that I'm trying to build. So yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, we're gonna have to have some future conversations around that as well too, because
Yes.
yeah, we're like-minded there. So that's cool. Shout out to you, Callie. You are cooking. She's my
Thanks.
dad's
My brain
age.
hurts.
Just kidding. Wow. Okay, Z. What do you mean your brainers? Nah, you're rocking. You're rocking. All right, so we'll do
Oh my God.
we'll do a little transition then. What we like to do on our undivided attention, we have a cool little lightning round. Nice and chill.
Ooh.
So first thing that comes to mind, you know, yeah, just short, simple, easy.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
All right, Cal.
I'm scared.
You're good, Cal. You're good.
I didn't study.
You look good for his age then? Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there. 2 days ago, we had Sababa on. She said she's in her 60s. And I was telling her, yeah, I'm 41. And she's like, oh, so yeah, it's all good.
You do not look 41 at all.
It's all good.
I thought you were like 27 or something. And I'm
No,
25.
I'm up there. I'm up there. But it's a good
He's
talk.
lying, guys. He's lying.
He's not.
He's a bot. He's lying. He's a bot. He's a robot.
Say how they got to me. I'm crying. I'm crying. That's too funny.
Oh my goodness.
That's too funny. All right, let's do it. Them kids ain't lying. All right, here we go. Callie, East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
Red, yellow, or blue?
Blue.
Favorite food?
French fries.
Hey, there we go. Favorite music artist? Or a couple if I know that's hard.
No, my community's gonna come after me. I'm sorry. Drake and
Okay.
I would say the 1975 for a little variety.
Okay. Will chat kill me if I don't know what that is?
The 1975?
Yeah.
No. I don't even play them much on the stream. They're a band from the UK though, and they just have a lot of really good albums. They have really good timeless music, so I enjoy their stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, all right. Favorite genre then of music?
I would say probably. I would say alternative.
Okay, all right, for sure. Favorite future destination, vacation destination?
Ooh, I would definitely love to go to Tokyo or Switzerland. Those are like top two. Other than like, I've been to a lot of nice beaches, and I would like to go to Hawaii and Bora Bora, especially those pod like hotels that are like on the water in the middle of like the water. But I'm definitely gonna have to go Tokyo and Switzerland for sure.
And that's funny. That's awesome. W answers. Yeah, Chess said I want to go there too. W Tokyo. Yeah, facts. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Although I have a cat mug right now.
Wow. Mother said I can do those places. All right, cool. All right, on the tech side. Favorite social media platform?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I really hate all of them, especially TikTok, since I'm addicted to it, although it's satisfying. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to say YouTube. I think YouTube is it. I'm not on it as much as I should be because it's not as convenient for me compared to like Instagram, which is quick, or TikTok, which is quick. But YouTube has some really good stuff, and I'll be watching YouTube forever.
Yeah, I think most of us will, to be honest. You know, the longevity over there, the versatility. It's one of the spots that pays out creators, you know, well. So yeah, YouTube is timeless, honestly. Facts.
Yes.
Huge facts.
Yes.
All right. Blockchain or AI?
AI. I don't know about blockchain yet.
All
I gotta
right.
get on the lessons for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe towards the end we can tap into that as well too. That's too funny. All right, Callie. And our OhnahjiU staple question. It's got the campus in an uproar since 2022. Callie, how are you or the fam eating their grits? Are we sweet gang or are we savory gang? Are we sugar in them or are we
I don't
butter
eat
cheese?
grits.
Yeah, yeah, at all. Have you had it?
No,
Okay.
honestly, I think it's been since I was like probably like 13, like because my mom would cook them.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, how would you suggest I eat my grits?
So there's a strong camp on strong camp on campus that apparently think that, it is a breakfast food and you're supposed to eat it sweet with sugar and stuff like that. But the real ones know that it is a savory dish.
Yeah,
Even
my
on the
mom would make them
box.
sweet.
Yeah.
But
Ah,
restaurants usually with seafood, sometimes there's
there
shrimp
we
and
go.
grits, right? So it's a little bit
There
more
we go.
savory with that little Cajun
Facts.
seasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yes. Yes. That's too funny. Mother said I can do both actually for sure. Need to try some. Yeah, sure. Let's get it. Had grits for the first time like a few years ago. Like the savory ones. Facts. That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe my mom's just bad at cooking them. So I should
No, no,
probably go
no,
to
no.
like,
She's not.
I don't know.
No, the sweet gang is a strong group. Well, savory just means salt and butter without sugar. This guy.
Oh my
This
goodness. I have had
guy.
rice, butter, and sugar though on
There
many
you go.
occasions. That's kind of similar?
I've had it only a couple times. It's kind of similar. It's also, yeah, yeah. All right, Kelly, you escaped the lightning round. That's awesome. No, that's
Oh
too
my
funny.
goodness. That was
You
fun.
having a good
I
time
like
about?
that.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah, that was
sure.
fun.
Kind of tastes like mac and cheese, to be honest. I'm weak, Ninja. I'm weak. Um, Too funny, too funny. So we can dive into the tech side, Kelly, if you want, or if there's anything. I think, shoot, chat did have some awesome questions. Chat, if you guys dropped a question in there and I didn't
Oh
get to
yeah.
it, bump that back to the top. And if you guys do have any questions for Callie, definitely shoot them through. So I know my guy. Yeah, cheese is optional, but it'll only be in savory.
Savory.
Facts.
Welcome in, you guys, by the way. I'm sorry I haven't said hey to everyone. I've been yapping.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Nah, that's awesome. Um, Perfect, perfect. All right, so future plans, Kelly. What's going on with the channel? Where are you taking the channel? You've been through this journey of starting off, that first 100 days, being just like we're gonna go live and just make it happen. But the second 100 and into this 1 year mark, you're cooking. You're very intentional around the channel. So what are some of the plans? What are some of the goals that you want to hit and achieve going forward?
Yes. I worked in sales before I started streaming. And so that's when I really got into numbers and commission and hitting goals and everything like that. So I definitely have a lot of like numbers oriented goals that I would like to hit. But aside from those, they'll come when they come. I'm already consistent. I'm working hard. And, my streams are usually either they can go anywhere from 2 hours and they're typically more on the 5 hour side, but I've streamed for 12 hours, 24 hours. I mean, I love it. So, aside from those numbers based things that can come with me streaming as I am, my goals are definitely to build a better social media presence now that I have Twitch, since I basically started a Twitch with no followers, no Instagram, like I'm not an influencer, anything like that, not big on TikTok or YouTube at all. So definitely like starting from scratch by cultivating a really awesome community. Our community definitely prioritizes being positive to one another. You'll never hear me give any type of negative critique, or I can critique people, but I'll never put them down, even if I don't love their song per se. So definitely continuing to cultivate a positive experience where people feel welcomed and loved. I want to continue to do that, as the community has done a fantastic job being aligned with the same characteristics and expectations that I have. I would also like to become a pillar of the music community for women, especially
There you
women
go.
of color. I know that the music industry is not super welcoming to women, especially women of color, honestly, for anything. So I would like to be that. I've been playlisting every single month on Spotify for the last 8.5 years and
Yeah.
just making a new monthly playlist every single month. And I would really like to maybe sell my catalog or do something with the catalog that I have and the curations that I have. So, they say if you do something for 10 years, you have a pretty good shot, at
Yeah.
being successful in it. So I would like to see something there with playlist curation and, collaborations with hopefully Spotify or Apple. But yeah, just to, continue to inspire the, new age of also underground artists, because I feel like there's been, the last 2.5 years, there's been a little dip in the music industry. It's been a little bland. It's been a little bit
Yeah.
hard to discover artists because these platforms are paying for artists to get their songs pushed, and we're leaving out the indie artists that could blow up from one song or their entire catalog overnight. So I would really like to, be an encourager of just people discovering music again and encouraging underground artists to try something new or take what exists and put your spin on it in a unique way, and get excited about people listening to your music, attending your shows, and also discovering your music as well. So hopefully we can make some of those changes within the music culture.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Miller in the building. It's good to see you. Nice to meet you
Hey,
as
Miller
well.
Light.
Yeah. My guy Z is actually cooking up a music battle platform that's going pretty crazy. It's built
Nice.
over on crypto rails as well too. So yeah, Wave Wars. And
Cool.
we have a bunch of people in our network that are, aligned in the music side as well too. In that UVR Jaden Violet circle. So I'll definitely get you tapped in with some homies over there as well too. Um,
Yes. It's cool how that
Very
can bring
cool.
us all together too. Just liking
Hmm.
music, even if we don't like the same thing, just loving it. And that's a universal language. And I like that that is what my stream is primarily about, because
Yeah,
I've been doing it for 10 years. I used to do artist management too. So, and it runs in the family. So I'm really happy to be, doing something that I'm passionate about on here,
that's
you
sick.
know?
That's sick. So it runs through the family. Are you musician as well too? You dabble here and there.
So I actually don't, despite the guitars behind me, I don't know how to play either of them at all. I'm not musically inclined whatsoever. But fun fact, so my grandma, I had no clue about this until maybe like 4 years ago. When I started doing artist management, I found out that my grandma is no longer here. She passed in 2011. But I did find out by going through some of her things that she used to have a production company. And, she is the reason I love music, love dancing, love fashion, art, pop culture. I remember almost every memory I have with her growing up. I'm very grateful that I still remember, from when I was 11 when she passed, that I'm able to keep all these awesome memories. And all of those memories and museums she took me to, and operas she took me to, and concerts and everything like that, it definitely helped shape my passions. And so when I did start artist management, I kind of started like digging into my grandma's history and her photos one day. And I found out that she had a production company. And she had journals and journals and typed out so many stories of being at the hottest clubs in LA, and meeting all the celebrities and having to be a stylist for them, as well as booking artists and band members for huge productions in Dallas. She was a buyer for Neiman Marcus for 25 years. She was up there with the founders of Neiman
Wow.
Marcus, the Marcus family. She was very close to them. She dressed Lyndon B. Johnson, JFK's family, Helen Keller. I mean, you name it. My grandma
Wow.
was in the mix. And I didn't know all of these things until I started reading what she had left behind, as an adult. And I thought that was so crazy how that aligned with what was going on in my life at the time. And then a few months after I started artist management, I started working at a bridal shop. I didn't know she sold wedding dresses. I go back and read more of her journals, and she said she had a wedding dress shop. And my dad told me that too. And it's like,
Mm.
this is insane. Like, I feel like my grandma's living through me, and she shaped all these passions, in those 11 years I had with her. I'm gonna try not to cry, but like,
Fire. Yeah.
those are very important to me. And I always will preach that I think it's important for everyone to align themselves with their passion so they can live their best life, and I was able to see those things come to life through my grandma, and I'm so
Mm,
happy she left these, pages and pages of things that she had typed out, left for
that's
me to
amazing.
discover and see. And so that's definitely like been a huge part of that legacy. And my parents also grew up taking me to so many concerts. They go on blues cruises, rock and roll cruises, like festivals on cruise ships at least once a year. They go to
Fire.
concerts. Growing up, they would help me get VIP meet and greets. I would try to save up for some, and they would do that too. They're all about live music, and I love concerts. They're my favorite thing in the entire world. And now I work at concert venues for Live Nation. So a
There
lot
you
of
go.
those passions and things that I grew up with for my family loving that is like spilling into my life now.
Sick. Yeah, that's a perfect alignment, and that's fire. That's fire. Mother asked, do you know the production company name?
Oh, it was called B&J Productions. Her name was Betty Jean.
Fire.
Fun fact, my grandma on my mom's side was Betty Jean, and my grandma on my dad's side was Betty Jean. And it was called B&J Productions. And I would like to do something special with that name, to carry
Yeah,
that
yeah,
through.
absolutely.
So
It's fire. That's fire. Maybe even a little,
good question.
Web3 blockchain side. No, just kidding. Preserve some of that.
Plug me up. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. That's awesome. Mother said, this makes me want to journal everything I do so my kids and
Oh,
grandkids can know you when I'm no longer here. Yes, facts.
yes. Mava
I've been
also
starting that.
YouTubes too. So she's documenting a lot of her stuff on YouTube and TikTok, which I think is really
Yeah,
awesome.
it's fire. It's fire. I love it. No, chat's
W
going
lore.
in. For real. For real. For real. That's awesome. Callie, you have some homies in the building today. You trying to screen share, post some stuff up on the screen? What you want to do? You want to share a case, showcase
Yeah.
some Miller? I know you were thinking about Twan's music video as well too. You've
Yes.
been diving heavy in the AI. Um, we
I'm
can
so
get into
happy I
that
got
if
to
you
see him
want.
yesterday in your chat. He's definitely
Me
like
too.
one of the pillars of our community for sure.
It's awesome. That's fire. I love it. I love it. Journal and mark down so your lore stands the test of time. Crazy.
Yes.
Nice
Oh
and
my
quick
goodness. Lore's going crazy. I need a book called Lore
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
pink,
absolutely.
I can see like the pink book cover, hot pink with yellow LORE in the middle, just
Yeah.
pops.
I dig that. That's funny. That's funny.
But
My
yeah,
guy Shaw said,
Twan, oh, sorry about that. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Twan so I use Midjourney. And I wrote down a few of the platforms that I use, so I may look down a second here. But I use
There you
Midjourney,
go.
ChatGPT, Runway, and Higgsfield for
Okay.
videos and photos, emotes, etc. And so,
Yeah.
I've been very open with my community about utilizing AI for creative projects. I also like to do physical art too, so nobody come for me that says I only use AI to create. I've been
There's
using
nothing wrong
crayons
with
my
that
whole
though.
life, right?
Yeah.
But I've been utilizing those platforms, and Twan was the first person to come on my stream and send in an AI music video. And when I saw it, I was just like, this is amazing. And then I go to his YouTube, and he's been doing this for years. And I'm just starting.
Yeah.
So it was really inspiring to see that he, as an artist, was seeking out creative, resources for his videos. And I am in, respect of anybody who chooses to and to not use AI for their videos. But to see Twan utilizing that was very inspiring to me. And I'm all here for it. I could go on about how much I love utilizing AI for creativity and business all day long. But it was really cool to see that from Twan. We have another person in our community that also utilizes AI for their videos, and they're in high school. And that's just so cool for me to see that, all different demographics of people using the platform, to help market and grow and stand out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of times, over at the U, we've built a community of, hugely creative folks that are largely talented in their own right, illustrators, musicians, artists, all that good stuff. But we do have a lot of people too that have like kind of found their voice utilizing emerging tech tools as well too. And it kind of
Yes.
all comes down to the intention behind it, and
Mhm.
building up your story, building up your own, your own art style and different things like that.
Yeah.
On Friday I'm actually sitting down with Wildy. She's another homie in the Web3 ecosystem. She's an artist that heavily uses Midjourney as well too, and some of those other art tools. But she's just honing and developing her own style with it, and building her own story and lore. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's like, at the end of the day, these emerging tech tools are all just new tools. And
Yep.
at one point, we talked about it, the camera was one, or digital photography, people were throwing a fit around digital
Right.
cameras,
Auto-tune.
so
We talk about auto-tune
right,
all the
right,
time. They're using
yeah,
a computer to make their music. I'm so sorry, guys. What?
yes
Y'all
they
are
are.
not playing the drums. Y'all are not playing the guitar.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Let me not get hyped up.
No, which is okay though, which is cool. We do there's a lot of humans out there that love and respect, and adore that live band craft, and
Hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But you can definitely still appreciate the people that are creating their craft with a lot of these new emerging tech tools, or tech tools in general. So it's like, yeah, it's just, you
Yes.
use what you got. And a lot of times, like you were saying, with Twan, if Twan had a $1 million production company, he wouldn't be
Right.
worried about it. It's like, it's making these tools are making it
Exactly.
accessible for folks. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And can we also talk about, like, people having kids and full-time jobs and also trying to
Yeah.
pursue
Yeah.
their passion of being an
Right.
artist? Some people don't have the time, money, or the resources to utilize $1 million production, set
Mhm.
for a show. They may not, I mean, for any aspect outside of just music videos, from
Yeah.
management to getting their content and marketing out. Why can we hate on someone who's trying? Like, let's
Facts.
take a step back. And I am very honest with my community about accepting AI music for submissions. Now, I know a lot of people say you should at least come forward and say you're using AI. And I respect that and
Right.
appreciate that too. I've never had someone that I know of send in a song with AI and not tell us it's AI.
Mm.
I'm also very upfront though about accepting it and not accepting it. And in my opinion, and with knowing about some people in my community's experiences, you never know what type of disabilities someone may have that prohibits them from being able to sing or being able to play instruments. So let's I try to remind my community, let's be a little bit open-minded to why people may be using AI. It's also none of our business, but
Right.
let's also like think about what may be going on in their life that may be encouraging them to
Yeah.
use AI for music. And so that's why I like to keep an open mind with it,
For sure.
just for that reason alone.
Yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%. And I think that's only going to be just a topic of conversation, the whole disclosure piece and all that good stuff, until
Right.
the next music tech piece comes out. It's like this only, just a hot topic right now. It's like we used
Right.
to have these conversations around auto tune all the time.
Hmm.
Kind of still do creep in here and there, but it's like this AI conversation and AI music and AI, art and creativity and all that good stuff is just the new auto tune conversation. That's it.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
things like surveillance and how these data centers are allegedly like impacting communities and their water
Right.
sources, like that's another
Right.
conversation. Child exploitation,
Right.
scammers using people's voices. And
Hmm.
I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas, but just yesterday I was telling my boyfriend, so my mom got a link the other day from T-Mobile, and it said, you've been a customer with us for so long, you've accumulated this many points, you get a free iPad or Apple Watch. So she clicked the link on her text and tried to buy it for me, put her card information in and everything. Paid
Yeah.
$2 for shipping or whatever, and found out that her card was compromised through that because she put in
Sheesh.
her info. And so I was telling my boyfriend, like, it's even scary, like sharing my voice on stream or doing this and that, because people can use
Yeah.
your voice now with
Right.
AI to sound like you and call your bank and do this, this, and that. And so there's a lot of downfalls of it, and I can educate myself more on how to prevent things like that from happening, or what types of
Yeah.
things are bad. But right now, I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but I'm just being 100% honest. Right now, I'm in that phase where I'm just trying to utilize AI to help my life and
Yeah.
help my community. And so, we can have serious conversations about it, but that's the stance that I'm at mentally. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. And yeah, we have those conversations all the time with the Ohnahji fam. I think um, those conversations need to be had around just this tool. And yeah, scammers gonna scam, so it's like it's another tool, and the
Exactly.
next tech tool that comes out, it's going to be another tool. People are going to use it to
Hmm.
hurt, harm, troll, coerce, whatever, steal from people, and other people will use it to better humanity in their communities and themselves, um
Yes.
you put out a good thing, that triggers something in my mind. It's like a lot of conversations that we're not really having, that we should be having with our families, regarding like our voices, our digital voices out there, and being able
Hmm.
to, the phishing schemes and the scams and stuff like that ramping up. We need to have conversations within our own families, within our own friend groups and
Yes.
stuff like that, the people that you're closest to, around like safe words and phrases to for
Yep.
verification. So, because I have kids, and we've talked about this, like, if I get a call, if you get a call from me or something, it sounds like me, and if it's a phone call, they should know something's off right there. Okay, I see. No, but no,
That's what I
seriously.
told my mom. Don't, the bank's not going to call you. Like,
Right, right. Well, but even through like a text or a message, like you could even
true.
have like a safe phrase, or say like to where, okay, it's a verification. I know that this person is this person. I have it with my kids as
Hmm.
well too. Some of them have the same
Yeah.
phrase, some of them have different phrases. But yeah, that's an important thing, especially with your parents. Like you might not have kids,
Hmm.
but it could be your parents. Like, you need to tell them. Somebody calls and it sounds like me on the phone, because all people be answering the phone, be for real, I
Right.
see. Like, you just tell them, like, ask me the phrase, set this phrase up. If I don't say that phrase, it's not me. And we just need to have those different things. Never thought about having a
That's
safe word, honestly, with your
crazy.
parents. Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. We're
yeah.
talking about this because I just set up a safe phrase with my boyfriend yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't believe this happened to my mom. She fell for
Right,
this, but I am 25 years old. My mom is 57. We live
yeah,
entirely different lives when it comes to technology. And so I really love that we're having this conversation. And hopefully, this is a good reminder to everyone who hasn't, or people that have, to really like, take this seriously, and set up some things to keep you guys protected, because how else can we protect ourselves right now? I don't
right,
know, other than that.
yeah. It all comes down to like clear lines of communication, and that's where it starts. Verification of who's who, and it's important. So
Mhm.
yeah, W chat, W combo, y'all cooking up.
Yes, chat. W chat.
And the same thing can be said to, Callie. I'm heavily in emerging tech, not only the AI side, but also the blockchain side too. And then we're dealing with, digital currency and financials, both real and not so sometimes. So
Oof.
yeah, same things apply there. You know, do your
Mm.
research. And yeah, 'cause the thing that I'm seeing, especially around, blockchain, we talked a little bit about blockchain, has a huge, terrible PR problem right now. A lot
Okay.
of the space, a lot of the tech was used to steal from people. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Um, and that's only going to get easier for people as the tech gets more widestream, but also
Hmm.
there's going to be more use cases of people that are out there bettering their communities, bettering themselves, bettering
Right.
humanity. So yeah, play more games
There's
in the
good
building.
and
It's good
bad
to see you,
sides to
fam.
everything.
It's facts. It's all just a tool, most definitely,
Hmm.
most definitely. Mama says W stream. No, I appreciate that. That's what's up.
Hey, what's up, Playmo? Welcome in.
Absolutely, Callie. We cooked. That's the hour right there. That was an amazing time.
Awesome.
Like, how you feeling about it? You did amazing. Of course, I already knew it was
Oh my
gonna
goodness. I could talk
be
about this
solid.
stuff for hours. I'm so happy
Yeah.
that we all got to have this conversation today. This was
Yeah,
very nice. And thank you again for allowing, our communities to merge and allowing me to speak with you about these things and
yeah,
giving advice and insight and everything like that. I speak very highly of you to my community and even to my boyfriend and my family. And, I
appreciate that.
really appreciate that you are creating awareness and resources and knowledge for people. That really matters and that can impact someone's life. So I hope you know that what you're doing is very important. And I respect, your craft and your creativity and your willingness.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Right. Likewise, and right back at you. Most definitely. A line there. A line there. W Facts was amazing. No awkward silence for sure. All right, Kelly. So, we are in this live stream era. We got the VODs going crazy. Leave us a word of advice for some of the younger folks that in the future might see this and to inspire them to keep going, or just give the young crowd some word of advice.
Absolutely. My advice is just to align your life with your passions. Make the sacrifices to do that. Make changes in your life. That is the best way to set yourself up for success. And always be kind to others. Always.
Always, and I've really seen, you mentioned earlier the chats, like, and JV says a lot too, is like, especially in this live stream era, the streamer and the broadcaster and the chat, they kind of coexist. Is the streamer is the chat is the streamer. So, I
Right.
definitely shout out to you for cultivating, a community that is, like-minded and really trying to help people and really trying to collab and give people, positive and constructive feedback. Like, that's so hard to find these days. You know what I
You
mean?
know what? I'll tell you the biggest lesson that I've learned by being a streamer. The biggest lesson is that, because there's songs that people send in that I would not personally download or listen to, and that's okay. But I do accept everything. I appreciate the hard work. I see the hard work. I see that they're aligning themselves with things that they love and they are passionate about. And this has definitely helped me to accepting all genres, accepting all languages, accepting all submissions, and listening to everyone's song without forwarding it and without skipping it through has definitely taught me to find the positive in literally everything. And I can see that, overlapping in other aspects of my life too. And positivity is going to win at the end of every single day, especially for our mental health sake, and also impacting others. So, that is the biggest lesson that I've learned. And I'm very grateful that people feel comfortable sharing their music on the stream. And I'm always going to be here to support, always, anybody.
Love it. Love it. Miller said Cali streams the platform of all genres, and I can see that, and I love it. And
Hey.
that's diversity in practice. Diversity always wins
Yes.
out. Just broaden your mind state and welcome and empathize and all that good stuff with other worldviews. It's literally not that hard.
Oh, yeah, it's not. I don't know where the disconnects are. We all have different upbringings and backgrounds and
Mm,
cultures and everything like that, but
yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, most definitely. One of the things I always say is like, it's a kindergarten practice. It's like you're taught, can you share your things or are you hoarding them? You
Right.
know, that's it. So W Cali, shout out to you, family. It's amazing to hear from you, to tap in with you. Lastly, where can my homies find you? Where can anybody new to the stream and anybody new to the chat let us know, where you're at on all these multiple different platforms and things. Is it Kelly
Yeah.
Stockton everywhere? Or? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got my link tree in about every social media profile you could think of, so that'll direct you the way. Just search Callie Stockton, you'll find me. And Callie Clips, but Clips is with a K on all other platforms like Instagram and TikTok.
Fire. That's fire. Love it. Love
And
it.
y'all be sure to tap in with Ohnahji too, Cali crew. Tap in, give a follow. He streams every single day and has been for 200, and you said 13 days now?
Yes, day 213.
Get with
For
it or
sure.
get behind, you guys. Get with it. It's worth it, I promise.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, I appreciate you, Callie. That's what's up. Thank you so much for one agreeing to come and sit down. You're a big channel compared to me, Callie. W3K almost coming up. So appreciate you, and thank you so much for letting us give you our undivided attention. It's been a good time, and
Yes.
you're an amazing guest for sure.
Thank
For
you
sure, for sure.
guys. I
All
hope you have
right,
a
y'all.
great day today.
Yes, yes. All right, y'all. We out of here. That was great. Undivided Attention,
Bye, you
season 2,
guys.
episode 16. Callie cooked. Absolutely. You guys are amazing. Chat. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. We're out of here. Peace.